You are Locked On Astros Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Houston on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, what do you know? Another night of Astros baseball. In a season of frustration, they go to Chicago, play a White Sox team that is the worst team in Major League Baseball this season. And oh, what do you know? Can't hit the ball. Tip your cap to the pitching on the other side. You can never not recognize a good night on the mound, and that was a good night on the mound for Cannon. He was awesome. He's coming off of a good start in his last one. But man, oh man, even when the Astros, look, without Yordan Alvarez in the lineup, without Kyle Tucker still in the lineup, they're playing a B lineup basically out there. They didn't even hit the baseball hard tonight. That is the frustrating part of all of this. As they went into a series against a team that has just been getting kicked around by everybody all year, and you think, hey, you know what? This is the kind of series that you could envision seeing them go out there and getting a sweep. Nah, not with this team. That's not what this team does. They do not make your life easy at all. Thank you for joining us tonight, by the way, here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. If you're new to the channel tonight, please hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000 people. We're almost there. And I really do appreciate you guys helping us get there this quickly. I was on the phone yesterday talking about some stuff with Locked On, and very, very grateful for their support. Very, very grateful for your support. And if you could help get us to that 1,000 by the end of the week, that would be absolutely fantastic. So please hit the subscribe button. You can find this show anywhere that you get your podcast in terms of the audio form. Just go search for Locked On Astros. Tonight's episode, by the way, is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. Visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn to get started. Let's just be honest with it again tonight. We've done a lot of these lately with the Astros. They are absolutely running out of time to fix this. Today is the 18th of June. Happy Juneteenth, a day early, by the way. I know that we're going to do a show tomorrow, but just wanted to say it. Tomorrow's is a big day. But tomorrow is the 19th of June. And they're running out of time. Simply put. They can hope and pray and sit here and think that, oh, yeah, this is a good team. We've talked about Dana Brown and the comments that you constantly see from him about, this is a good baseball team. This is a good group of guys. I'm confident in them. I'm going to give them what they need. We're going to go out there and make trades to help this team. No, stop. You're spinning your wheels with this team. And I've said it a few times. That's okay. We've been blessed in this city for so long that at some point you knew it was going to happen. I still don't think this is the end of the winning window unless they went and completely blew it up. But they're having a bad year. I mean, now look, go look at what the Yankees did this past offseason, then look at this team that they have now this year. But they were bad last year. They missed the postseason. They went out and they made some significant additions to their team. They got Juan Soto. They got a healthy Carlos Rodon, which they actually lost Aaron Judge tonight, by the way. He left the game hurt. They've been without Garrett Cole, which has been impressive what they've done. But they went out and they addressed a few things, and they bounced back. The Astros can bounce back next year. But I'm telling you, for me, I'm at the point where this is a punt it year. Why not? I know it's hard to sell big leaguers on that, but we talked about this the other day. The trade deadline is on the 30th of July this year at, I think, 4 o'clock Central Time. You need to get a official countdown down here in the this corner of the screen over here for the deadline. Days until the Astros can trade away players. Because I'm going to be honest, right now, I don't want any other option than to go and trade some things away and get some pieces back. And if there's a prospect or two that's down in the minor leagues that's pushing his way towards the big leagues, get some kids' feet wet at the big league level this year. Retool your core. Retool around your core of Altuve, Tucker, and Jordan and Pena in terms of the position players. But if you can go get a big, I've said this before, the guy that pitched tonight, Framber pitched really well, which he's an unfortunate loser tonight. I know that he had a couple innings there where, he loads the bases up, but gets through it. Overall, it's a good night for Framber. Gave him a quality start, pitched deeper into the baseball game. 6 innings tonight, 2 runs. Did walk too many, had 5 walks in the game, but, limited the damage. Gave you a chance to win a baseball game. That's a guy that you can go get something for at the trade deadline and get a lot. Okay? Do it. Alex Bregman, if you can sit here and get a prospect that is going to be a good major league talent compared to a compensation pick, which I'm going to be honest, trying to figure out what the compensation pick is going to be from when Alex Bregman walks away after you extend a qualifying offer to him, because you'd be silly to not extend a qualifying offer. And this team could get maybe something from somebody, but he has to produce, more than he's produced. If you're a team right now that's looking at him, I know the track record says what it is, and his track record in the postseason isn't very good, but he's up to 241. He's got 703 OPS. They're probably going to get stuck with him, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm telling you, they're going to get stuck with him for the rest of the season, and then he's just going to walk. I mean, I still don't think he's going to have much of a market. I think he's going to be lucky to have the market that Matt Chapman had this past offseason, and that was a 3-year deal. That's what Alex Bregman's future looks like. But it makes me sad. It makes me deep down within that we are sitting here again, June 18th, and we're talking about a baseball team, and I'm doing it, where I'm trying to figure out which guys I'd like to see them trade away. This is unprecedented in this Astros era. It's just as simple as that. Haven't done this. Feels wrong. Feels dirty. Gross. Don't like it. Not one bit. And I can get any of you out there, and you guys can put it in the comments. Honestly, are you at all optimistic? Not even optimistic. Are you holding out hope? Are you honestly holding out hope that this baseball team is going to bring you some joy at some point? They could go out tomorrow night and the next night and kick the what out of the White Sox and look like a completely different team. Tomorrow, though, they're going to be against Garrett Crochet. He's better than the guy that pitched tonight, Cannon. And then flexing on Thursday, excuse me. It's so weird when the series starts on Tuesday. I always get the days thrown off. But Flexen's a guy they know on Thursday. They could go out and put up 20 on him, to be honest with you. Could happen. And it could also happen what happened tonight. Crochet tomorrow night could just mow through this lineup. Jordan doesn't come back. And he's a tough lefty. Astros don't have a lot of guys in that lineup right now that are crushing lefties consistently. Can't put Chaz in there. He's not going to do it. Can't expect Bregman or Pena to do it because Pena's gone back in the tank too. Hadn't even mentioned him. Got a lot of guys that have gone into the tank. A lot of reason to not have the warm and fuzzies about this baseball team. They keep giving you evidence every single day. A lot more to get into. We'll continue the discussion on it momentarily here on the Locked On Astros Postcast. But right now, I need to tell you about FanDuel. We're in the middle of the summer. You got a lot of baseball going on, of course, now. Some of us might call it the dog days of summer, but the NBA Finals have come and gone. It is baseball season until football gets back to us. And you can bet it all right now on FanDuel. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $200 you can use to bet everything from the you could have bet, I should say, on the finals MVP. Now you can bet on baseball props or to who's going to hit one out of the park. Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and add a big win to your summer bucket list. FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. And now, before we get back to our Astros discussion, I need to tell you about another great way to enjoy games, Prize Picks. If you downloaded the app, why not? Get in on it. I've got the Prize Picks app on my phone. I play. Sure, tonight, may or may not have had some Astros guys in there. Didn't work out for me. You know why? Because the White Sox shut them down. But maybe tomorrow night, I'd get a couple more Astros in there against the White Sox. It'll work out for me. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week, from lowering select players' stat projections on Tuesdays to which increases your chances of winning, to getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Friday. So download that app right now and use code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB when you download the Prize Picks app. Hi, welcome back to the Locked On Astros Postcast, and I thank you for coming on in and joining us on just another night that I think defines the Astros season. Pretty simple as that. If you're new to the channel tonight, as I've mentioned, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. We're almost to 1,000. We're so close, so close. And that is if you know anything about YouTube, that's a pretty big number to hit for your YouTube channel growing and everything. And I've been so seriously appreciative of you guys helping this thing grow so quickly. It's June, and we're almost to 1,000. And we started from scratch basically in the middle of April. So I just absolutely appreciate you guys joining us every night, watching the videos later. If you're looking for it on podcast, go search for Locked On Astros. You get this show and the Locked On Astros show when you do that. Brett and Eric on their daily show. I'm sure they're going to have plenty that they're going to want to talk about that was bad tonight from tonight's game like I did. And then, of course, you get this show as well. And it's free, just like it is on YouTube. It is absolutely free. So they lose tonight to the White Sox. They're back at it tomorrow night. As I mentioned, the pitching matchup does not favor the Astros when you look at it on paper tomorrow night. Even though Hunter Brown's pitched well, Garrett Crochet has been pretty darn good. So maybe it'll be interesting. I shouldn't short Hunter Brown. He's coming off of another unbelievable start in his last one. He's on a heater right now. He's coming off of, I think, 18 innings in a row of shutout baseball. So they're going to need him to pitch that way tomorrow night. And they're going to need the bats to show up more than they have. Let's go through some of those guys now that have gone in the tank. Now, Altuve had an unbelievable start to the season in April. We all know that. May was no good to him. Tonight was not his night, but he's been a little bit better of late. I still don't like that his OPS number is only sitting at 800. He just, for whatever reason, he stopped getting on base. He's swinging a bunch. Now, he got hot. He got hot tonight because that was not a strike call that he had. The umpiring behind the plate was not very good tonight. And it's no wonder that we're going to have a challenge system put into place here in a couple of seasons. If you missed that news earlier today from The Athletic, it sounds like 2026, I think it was. Yeah, 2026 is when the challenge system for hitters is going to come into place. And guess what? Umpires will get exposed. It's just a matter of time before we go full electronic, as we should. But Altuve's come down. You know who's really crashing is Jeremy Pena. And Jeremy Pena has been a guy that, he got off to such a great start, such a blazing start. He was hitting the ball hard all over the place. And he's kind of creeped back into 2023 Jeremy Pena mode where, there's not a lot of balls in the air. There's a lot of balls on the ground again. He's hitting just 042 over his last 7 games, 182 over his last 15. And over his last 30, he's hitting 207, and he's hit one ball over the fence in that period of time. He has got to figure out how to elevate the baseball more. Because the guy came in as a rookie and hit 22 or 23 home runs, and it's like he's got the power. Look, you just see how he's built, and he's bigger. He's a bigger guy. He's like 6'1", 6'2", maybe. he's got the physical build to be a guy that hits the ball over the fence 30 times in a season if he's able to connect with it. But for some reason, since that rookie year, he's hit 15 home runs since then. It's June of the second season after that. His power is just completely gone away. Talked about Bregman earlier. Yainer Diaz, cold again. I'm hopeful for John Singleton that he can find some consistency here because he started to perform a little bit better. He's not going to hit for average. He's going to walk some. He'll hit the ball over the fence some. But, that they hopefully can give him enough run to where his bat will come alive. I've got no complaints about Mauricio Dubon. Not going to say anything about him. Not going to say anything about your backup catcher, Victor Carantini, hitting again tonight. Jake Myers went back to Jake Myers. Remember for a little bit of time there where Jake Myers got super hot and had an OPS like 1,000, hitting the ball over the fence, getting hits left. He's not that guy. He is a great defender in terms of his catch ability out there in center field, has a weak arm, but he's not a very good hitter. He's going to run into baseballs, and he can get hot like anybody else, but that little brief period of time where everybody's like, oh, my goodness, look at Jake Myers. This is unbelievable. No. I mean, that's just not who this guy is. Then at the bottom of the lineup, Trey Cabbage, which I think you got to keep giving Trey Cabbage some run, honestly. I know it's not been a lot of work since he's been up here. First of all, if you go back and you look at his mechanics at the plate, last season he had a huge leg kick when he was in the Angels system, and the Astros basically cut that out of him. I like his swing. He's got the tools. I know that, there's a reason why he's always been a AAA player. He's been a 4A player, basically. He's one of those guys that puts up unbelievable numbers at AAA and just hasn't done it in the big leagues. I don't know that he's going to do it. I would go ahead and bet on him not doing it. It's not a large sample size. But right now, given where this team is and Kyle Tucker being out and Chas McCormick being doo-doo, if there's a right-handed pitcher on the mound, I'm playing Trey Cabbage for a little bit and getting that look. Joey Loperfido, by the way, down in the minor league system, if you've missed that little nugget, he's been out of the lineup for the last couple of days with the Sugarland Space Cowboys. Turns out he has hand discomfort. What a shock, right? He had an issue sliding into a base, so he's been out, and it sounds like he's not ready to get back in the lineup anytime soon. So he's probably not coming back here anytime soon. It's not a good thing for a guy that I think we're all excited about. Then the other news today, Justin Verlander going on the injured list. It was retroactive. They bring back Nick Hernandez. It's not encouraging by any means that Verlander suddenly is going on the IL after days. I know that they were trying to wait it out, and they said that it's possible that he could make a start in this Chicago series probably on Thursday in that day game. But look, he's a 41-year-old pitcher, and we've talked about the creaks and cracks, all of the pain when you get older, and it's a guy that's beat up his body for a very long time out there on the mound. He's got to be year 18, 19, something like that for Justin Verlander at this point, and all the innings, just everything that he has on his body, he's starting to break down right in front of our eyes, unfortunately. And you need to rest him. This is year 19 for Verlander. That's incredible. Think about this too. And he was out for a season. This is his 8th year technically as part of the Astros. That's incredible to think, right? 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is his 8th year with the Astros. Gonna be cool one day when he goes into Cooperstown. I still doubt he's gonna put that Astros hat. They're gonna put that Astros hat on him. They're gonna put that Tigers hat on him. But it stinks they're not had. They need him. They need him. They absolutely need him to get back out there because, well, he's still an effective pitcher. He's still a guy that can get out there and do dominant things on the mound at times, and they need that back on the mound here, hopefully sooner rather than later. So that's kind of the, I guess, state of the ball club at the moment for me. Let's talk about tomorrow's baseball game. I mean, they've had a lot of these during the season, and I can't sit here and tell you that this team has, and for those of you asking, by the way, Verlander's option will vest automatically when he hits 140 innings this season, which he's at 57 now. If he comes back like next week, he'll probably still hit it if he stays healthy the rest of the year. I'd be shocked if he did. I still would be shocked if he doesn't hit 140 innings of the season. But tomorrow's baseball game is going to be it's a must-win situation for the Astros. Let's talk about it next year in the Locked On Astros Postcast. Get supplies, and where I'm telling you to get the supplies from is Supply House. Get supplies from the site that's made for the skilled trades, supplyhouse.com. Supplyhouse.com is the reliable way to order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Shop a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands and get your order delivered right to your door with fast shipping from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Get expert support and industry-leading service from the friendliest folks in the business and talk to a real person every single time. Pros in the skilled trades can get a competitive edge by joining SupplyHouse.com's free Trade Master program. Every Trade Master gets access to a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Join the thousands of trade pros already benefiting from the free membership at supplyhouse.com/TM and order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies from anywhere with just a few clicks at supplyhouse.com. All right, our final few minutes of the Locked On Astros Postcast tonight. Thank you for all of you stopping by and saying hello and getting into the comments and getting involved in the show. We appreciate you doing that. Don't be afraid to come back by tomorrow night. Win or lose, we'll be right here, and then we'll do it again on Thursday following the day game against the White Sox. Hopefully, they get a win. Be careful out there if you're watching this show in the city of Houston. I don't know if it's going to be raining Mageddon like they were saying, but if it's going to be like that, you guys be careful tomorrow. You know what you could do? You could sit in the house and send this channel to as many people as you know so we can get to 1,000 subscribers. Please do that. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel or watching this later or listening to this on podcast. Go search for the Locked On Sports Houston page to subscribe to this channel. So tomorrow, the Astros are going to hand it to Hunter Brown, who's been magnificent, absolutely magnificent of late. As I mentioned a moment ago, he's on a heater. And I don't even know if it's a heater at this. I really think he's turning the corner. I shouldn't call it a heater. That's probably unfair to what he technically is on a heater. He's pitched 2 straight shutout outings, 13 consecutive innings without giving up a run. So far in the month of June, he's made 3 starts. He's 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA. With 23 strikeouts and 19 innings, and he's walked just 5, and 4 of those came in 1 start against the Angels. So this guy has really stepped his game up, and I think you have to feel confident about what he can go out there and do tomorrow night. The guy that you're worried about on the other side, and this is going to be very interesting to see if the White Sox are going to move him, if they can be tempted to move him at the deadline. People are calling left and right and are willing to pay a fortune for him. Garrett Crochet has been great this year. He's got 116 strikeouts and 82 2/3 innings this season for the White Sox. He's a monster. And the way that the Astros performed tonight against Cannon, there's no reason to think that they're going to go out there and do any better tomorrow night. By the way, Crochet, listen to this. His last 2 starts, he's got 23 strikeouts, 13 in his last one against Seattle. Cut them up for 7 innings. One before that, he got 10 against Boston. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 5 outings this year with 10 or more strikeouts. Guess what the Astros don't strike out a lot, but guess what they're going to do tomorrow night? They're going to strike out a ton. And Garrett Crochet is probably going to make some of you cry. And you're also going to watch him, and then you're going to say, you know what, the Astros are willing to go trade for something. Trade for that guy, please. He's going to get them a haul if they do it right. Which is the White Sox. They're never going to do anything right. They're a terrible organization, and they have one of the worst ballparks I've ever been to in my life. Not the worst, but one of the worst ballparks I've ever been to in my life. Tropicana Field, without a doubt. I've not been to Oakland, and I'm not going to go to Oakland. Obviously, it's been their last season there. But Tropicana Field's a dump. The old Rangers ballpark was a dump, and then I would probably put the White Sox ballpark right there with them. Those three that I've been to are just terrible ballparks. And then the White Sox one's on the side of town that you could die. So, don't do that. Don't go to Chicago and die. It's going to hopefully not make you want that or have that feeling tomorrow night when you watch the Astros, who, again, will be facing a guy that's probably going to go out there and cut them up left and right. I hope I'm wrong. Hopefully Altuve comes out like first pitch swinging, it cranks a fastball over the fence, and it just ignites a night of, yay, here they come. They're going to ball out. I'm going to go ahead and say if they're winning tomorrow night's ball game, it's going to have to be a 2-1 game. Something like that. And we know how they've been in 2-run game or 1-run games this year. They've been absolutely fantastic. That was a lie, obviously. Let's just hope and pray. Astros had a chance. By the way, the Astros have been creeping up in the standings in the American League West because the Rangers did that. Rangers are currently tied 6-6 in the ninth against the New York Mets. That is I believe it's a home game for the Rangers. Yes, it is. The Mets are up at the plate right now. JD Martinez up, former Astro. Hopefully he can do something. Mariners already won today. They're 44-31 now, 8-5 on the season. So the Astros drop another game. Look, they can't win the American League West. They're done in the American League West. They're 10 games out. They're finished. They have no chance. They're 7.5 games out of a wild card spot. That's their only hope at this point. Congratulations to Seattle. All those dumbs that like to come chirp because they've won literally nothing in the last 50 years. You're going to get a division title this year. We'll see what you do in the postseason. Come right back here tomorrow night for the Locked On Astros Postcast. We'll wrap up what is hopefully another victory. What is hopefully a victory. We don't get a lot of those victories. So join me tomorrow night right here on this channel. Please hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 1,000. Can we do it by the end of the Chicago series? Please. I know you guys can do it. Hit that subscribe button. Get people to go hit subscribe. Would greatly appreciate that as well. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, Wednesday night, on the Locked On Astros Postcast.